Hi guys, this is Rahman. I am a senior software engineer of Orion Families Limited, and today I am going to show you how to write MapReduce code using a Java Eclipse IDE on Windows Server 2012 R2 version, and I have installed HDP2 version, Hortonworks Data Platforms version 2 on Windows Server 2012 R2, and as a part of this I am going to show the services installed during Hadoop installations. Let's see. Before that, we can see the services installed for the Hadoop from the service window, and here you can see there are a couple of services installed. The Hadoop installer, and all are started type is manual. And now I'm going to start that using a PowerShell. And to do that, first I have to change directory to Hadoop installed path. HDP is the installed path of my VM, and we have a bash file, and this will actually start all the services related to Hadoop. And now I'm going to I'm going to run the, let's see what happens. It's still running. And side by side we can view the services status from the service window here. Let me check that. Is that already running or not? Yes. All the services related to Hadoop is already running, and I am waiting. To get the control. I don't know why it's taking too much time. And I am taking a pause. I am coming back after for a while. Okay, all services have been started except master node not yet started. I don't know why. Anyway, we're going to create MapReduce program using Java Eclipse, and for that we don't have to run Hadoop services. Our intention is to write Hadoop MapReduce codes without the help of Hadoop running in our systems. So let's have a look at the status. I'm going to run command line as Hadoop user to see the status. to change for HDP Hadoop version. This is the one kind of way to see the Hadoop has been installed correctly. And now I'm going to see the sorry, this was typo report to see the status. Is there any data node live? Yes, we have one data node. Anyway, now this time I will stop all services because we don't need the Hadoop services run anymore. So before that we can check the Hadoop service. Hadoop is installed and run successfully or not. So I'm going to see the Hadoop health. There is the one live nodes. I think Hadoop is working fine in our VM. Anyway, and now I will stop the all services by calling the CMD file stop local HDP services CMD, and again it might take a couple of minutes, and that's why I'm taking a little pause, and I will back to you soon. Yes, all services have been stopped. So now I will show how to solve a MapReduce problem using Hadoop plugins for Eclipse IDE. And before that, I am going to show you the problem definition. This is a problem, one problem definition. Here is the data file, and here is the file of expressions. Our job will be to separate out each expression in a separate file, and if there is a 30 or 40 expressions, we need to print out 40 or 30 separate files. I mean, each of the expression will be printed in a separate file. That is our job to be done using Hadoop MapReduce program. Let's open up Java Eclipse program. Let me post the job description. And the default workspace path C is Java MapReduce. Keep it as it is. And I have installed Eclipse Kepler version. This is the latest version. I found in the internet. And for that, as the plugins I have installed or let me see the capital plugins for Hadoop. HDP. I'm going to look at Hadoop install path. MapReduce. Where is the Eclipse? Here it is. Plugins and Hadoop Eclipse plugins 2.2.0. So this is plugin for Hadoop version 2, and fortunately I have found the compiled version from the internet and download it and put that into this plugins folder in the Eclipse install path. And I'm closing all the programs. Here is, we can set the perspective for the Hadoop, and this is the open perspective dialog box. You can see the Hadoop perspective. By clicking OK, you will see the Hadoop perspective in the IDE, Eclipse IDE. In the left side, you can see the TFS location, and in the bottom side you can have a MapReduce location, and here you can create a Hadoop location by putting some information. For me, I have already created one. Let's see what's the configuration for that. This is a name, simple name. The host name, this is my local host name, and the port number where MapReduce service installed, and the HDFS port. That's it. It will allow us to make a connection with the Hadoop. This is going to web. For now, its connection is refused because we have already stopped all Hadoop services. That's why we cannot able to connect the Hadoop. Anyway, we don't need to start Hadoop here. If we want to create a Hadoop MapReduce program, we need to select projects, new projects, and in the selection wizard you need to select MapReduce projects. Next, put a name. Multi-file. This is the, I'm putting a name so that we can assume that there is a job, something related, creating multiple files, nothing else. Now we need to configure the Hadoop install directory. So this is my Hadoop install directory. Click OK, apply and OK. Next, finish. In the source folder, now I'm going to add a class. Select others, MapReduce. I'm going to MapReduce driver. Here we need to put a name for the driver. So let's put a name test driver, as this is a test project, and keep all the fields as it is. Click finish. And look at this. This is a driver class, and by default there is some configuration related to the output and the input for the mapper and reducer. And here we can see the configurations, job name, this is arbitrary name, and driver class tester driver, which we have created earlier, and this is a mapper class. We need to assign registered in the job. This is a reducer class, and the output files, the output files type for me is text for key and value both, and this is the input and output file location where the data files and the output files will be copied, will be found. So now we will create the main MapReduce program, mapper and reducer. So let's go for that. Here we changed the output files in a little bit different, because this time we need to output the result in a multiple file instead of a single file, and that's why we configured this part differently. Here set output format multi-file output.class, and this is the class we have written, and this class actually take the file names from the key string and let's see the mapper and reducer class. Here is the mapper class. The mapper class actually doing taking the single line from the text file, from the given text file, and here the input files taking the one line by line and the splitting based on the comma and string value of counter. It's taking the ID value for each ID, for each string from the given data files, and it's putting the output in a collection, output.collection. And here is the ID and rest of the expression, and the rest of the part is the expression from the data files. And the reduce part is actually taking the keys, I mean the IDs, and the values, that means the expression, and printed it to a separate file. So in this program, so it's all right, and now I'm going to run the program with configurations, and in the configuration file I will select the multiple Java application, named mult, and the arguments here we have put data files from in directory. Let's have a look at that. This is the workplace Hadoop test, and here is the data file onto which the MapReduce program will be run, and here is the output file. So for now I'm going to delete these output files because this will create automatically after completing the MapReduce program. That's all. So now let's run the program and let's see what happened. There is a warning message displaying in the bottom side, and we can ignore this because our program is running successfully. Yes, we can now see the output folder, and there is a 32 files have been created, and each files, let's see what contains. Is file actually, yes, is file actually containing single expressions from the data files. This is very simple and straightforward. So it is mentioned that we don't have to run the Hadoop services to write a MapReduce program. We can do that by the help of plugins for Eclipse. I mean Hadoop plugins for Eclipse. So thank you. Before closing the demo, I would like to show you some things that is related to installing Hadoop. Hadoop actually depends on some other files, among them number one Java. So we need to keep the Java in a folder which have no space in the name. For example, you cannot put the Java in the program's space files. If you do so, your Hadoop installation may interrupt. And we need to install Python 2.7 or more or later version, and in addition we need to install uh, this file, it would be great if I can show you the sites. Here we go. This is the instruction I followed to install the Hadoop 2 on the Windows Server 2012. So we need to install Java, Python and MS FTC++ runtime, and we need to set the environmental variable for Java home, and we need to edit the path for the Python path. That's it. And this is how we can install the Hadoop from the command line, and you will be asked for some parameter, and you need to put some values for HDP directory, log directories and data directories, and check the delete existing HDP button, and we need to put the Hadoop user password. This is exclusive password for the Hadoop services, and we need to check the install Hadoop HDP additional components, and also we need to put the Hive DB name, username and password. And you see here we have put this all the same value, Hive and Hive for name, username, password respectively, and that is same for OGDB configuration, and that's it. This will actually install the Hadoop without any problem. And later part I have shown you earlier of this demo where how we can start the all Hadoop services, and I didn't show you the run smoke test for Hadoop because I have already ran these tests and passed all the scenarios successfully. So one thing, this is not very compulsory, but I'd like to show you the connection make from the HTTP from Hadoop to Java Eclipse. So this time these plugins failed to connect with the Hadoop. So to connect that properly, we need to run the Hadoop services first. So let's start the services again. So now all the services related to Hadoop have been started. So now let's try that again to connect Hadoop instance from the Java Eclipse. Yes, this time it has been connected, and now we can see the MapReduce folder, so permission denied. So oh yes, we need to log in as a Hadoop to see the MapReduce folders. Unfortunately, I logged in as an administrator, so I'm not able to see any folder of this. But we can see the ACE-based data folder. Anyway, the connection has been established with the Hadoop instance from the Eclipse plugins. Okay, no problem. Now I'm going to run the command prompt as a Hadoop user. Run as user Hadoop cmd Hadoop ls. Now I'm going to see the HDP distributed file system. Here it is, and you can see there is a file for data.txt, and now we can see everything because we have the permission, because I have logged in as a Hadoop user. So let's go to the Hadoop home folder. Yes, now I'm trying to run the Hive. Oh, sorry, this is not the correct path, I think. Need to put the correct path for Hive. Yes, I think it will work this time. Yes, so I'm able to run the Hive command prompt. Let's see what is the tables so far created. So it will be tables. So it's working. There is, even though there is no table have been created yet, a Hadoop Hive is another client program. It actually allows us to write a SQL-like program instead of writing MapReduce program like Java. Here we can create the table from the HDFS files. I mean, we can create a table from the files stored in HDFS. This is external, internal tables, and we can select the data from the text file by writing a simple SQL-like query, and we can create a database here. We can store the data, select the data in the console, and we can write we can handle the data from here by writing SQL. This is SQL, I mean Hive query language. Yes. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video.